Good morning and welcome to Superior Sunrise. Join us as we bring you the latest cattle and superior livestock news, candid interviews with some of our greatest representatives, producer spotlights, and talk with industry leaders from across the United States. It's time to rise and shine the superior way.
Good morning and welcome to Superior Sunrise, live from Council Bluffs, Iowa. I'm Kirby Schnorr and I'm glad you've joined us this morning. We have a great show for you, full of wonderful guests, starting off with world champion auctioneer Charlie Cummings to give us a brief update on the market, and ending the show with world champion auctioneer Ralph Wade to preview what we have to offer in today's auction. So grab a cup of coffee and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Want a herd free of flies that can reach its maximum potential? Purchase Just a Fly through championstoreUSA.com/shop or Amazon.com. You can also ask your local reseller. For more information, call 1-800-898-0987. Increase your production with Just a Fly.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is world champion auctioneer Charlie Cummings. Charlie, here we are in beautiful Council Bluffs, Iowa. Usually we have the show outside. We can't this morning. I mean, it's still pretty, but it's pretty gloomy, a little rainy, so we thought we'd take it inside.
That's right. Big old good thunderstorm moved through here last night, and a little bit of rain and mist this morning. But other than that, man, beautiful weather right here, and driving up yesterday, crops look pretty good through this part of the country, so really excited to be here in Council Bluffs again.
I know the room's already starting to fill up with people, and we really don't start the auction until 9 Central this morning, but people are looking forward to it. And like I said, the room is filling up. We're looking for a good auction, so let's get right into it. Let's talk about the market and what we can expect in today's auction.
You know, we are looking for a great, we do have a great offering over the next 2 days, and excited, like we say, to be here in Council Bluffs. This room will fill up, you can guarantee that, and with buyers and sellers alike, so that's exciting at Superior to bring them together. We look at this market, and I think we looked from Tuesday last week clear until yesterday, and Monday and Tuesday this week, and we see a little lower trend there in the CME. But it's real encouraging to me as we look at the live and we look at the live auction, and you know, there's a big separation in what it is and the basis has come together on these cattle. So you know, really exciting to get to the auction this morning to see what these things will really bring at auction, and I look forward to be really exciting as well as very, very active. You know, I think we see a lot of these 8-weight cattle. You know, we're going to see them go right on up there to where we were 2 weeks ago, and real encouraging.
I was just out in California filming for the American Rancher last week, and I was talking to a lot of those cattlemen, and they were talking about how genetics play a huge role. And I know I always talk to you about this, but the genetics, the VAC programs, Superior Progressive Genetics, everything that they participate in, talk about that in times where market is like it is, how those really do play a large role.
You know, they do. They play a huge role, and we see it year in and year out. We're going to see it through the summer months for sure in genetics and cattle that have great genetics. You got some people on later here this morning that's got some cattle that's got great genetics, and you'll see them bring it all. And, you know, it's because of genetics. I think it was going out through the Flint Hills the last few weeks and, you know, talking to Josh and even Barrett and others, you know, and looking at guys that have bought cattle off SLA and have got them turned out through the Flint Hills and through the yearling country that's got great genetics. You can just see the growth in them. It's just amazing as that grass begins to pop through that country. And then you look, you know, as we go to Montana and to the North Country the next later this afternoon in the yearlings, and then tomorrow on the calves and the wing calves, genetics plays a huge role. And you can see the guys that do it, and as they're listed in the catalog, it's amazing what them cattle are doing. And you know, we're starting to see a lot of those 650 and 700 pound calves.
That's what they said. They said by participating in the VAC programs as well and GAP and stuff, they do bring more money when it's time to sell their calves, and they really appreciate that Superior offers those programs to them. Switching gears a little bit, you mentioned Montana. I know we're excited to be here in Council Bluffs, Iowa, but we will be heading to Montana soon, Billings that is, and we look forward to that as well.
We are. In 2 weeks, we're going to crack off and spend a couple days in Billings, Montana. We're going to make a stop before that, though. We're going to go to Emporia, be at the Tallgrass Special here next Thursday with the yearling special there in Emporia, Kansas. So real exciting, and man alive, we're about to get summertime busy at Superior Livestock.
We are kicking off our summer. Well, I want to thank you for being on this morning with me, Charlie. When we come back, Matt Woolfolk with Shorthorn Association. Stay with us.
Well, when we speak about non-handling dewormers in the context of the products that Merck Animal Health makes available in their deworming line, we're talking about products that we're able to deliver a dose of dewormer into the animal without having to run them through a chute or processing facility. So they're products that we use and we're able to deworm our cattle while they're out on pasture or in the feedlot or at the feed bunk. We have a lot of producers that maybe don't have good facilities or have the ability to gather their cattle and run them through a processing chute to deworm them or vaccinate or do those types of things. So this product has been very popular in that segment of our market. What we're seeing is as time has gone on, we've also been talked a lot about strategic deworming and when's the right time to deworm. And one of the things where Safeguard fits in is that you can time your deworming with these non-handling products. For instance, maybe when you have your cattle in the chute and you're doing your spring or your fall working, that may or may not be the optimal time to deworm and get the most bang for your buck. So if it's not, this gives you an avenue that you can go ahead and do your other processing and then do your deworming at the right time and not have to gather those cattle back up and run them through a chute. For our cattle producers, Merck manufactures and distributes a Safeguard free choice mineral that would be available through our animal health partners, but we also have several of our feed partners that purchase the Safeguard from us and that they blend it into their proprietary free choice mineral. Our partners today that carry this product would be ADM has a product called MoreGuard with Safeguard. We also have our partners at Vigortone produce a product called Vigortone 32 Safeguard, and that would be part of the Cargill organization, as well as our friends and our feed partners over in the southeast southern states. They also have a proprietary mineral formulation with Safeguard. So either contact those folks, contact your local Merck rep, or inquire with your local feed supplier about accessing a free choice mineral with Safeguard.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is Matt Woolfolk with the American Shorthorn Association. Tongue twister right there. I want to make sure I got it right, though. I want to thank you for being here this morning, Matt. Let's dive right into it. Let's talk about the American Shorthorn Association. You guys have got a lot going on, but memberships increase, registrations increase. So tell us all about that.
We've definitely got a lot going on, Kirby. The American Shorthorn Association is actually the oldest beef breed association in the United States. Currently, we have about 6,700 members and growing. Over the last year, we've seen about a 30% increase in new membership within the association. We registered about 16,000 head last year. And we're sitting right here in the heart of Shorthorn country. Our top states for registration being Iowa, Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Kansas, and Nebraska. So sitting here in the Corn Belt is definitely the heart of Shorthorn country.
Being at the Shorthorn office, I know you've been working there, you said, since February. So you've seen, the changes, but you've heard them talk about the changes. So let's talk about the past to the present and where you guys plan to go.
Well, it's definitely been a lot of changes, even in a short amount of time. We, as an association, are a member of International Genetic Solutions. Us and 11 other breed associations across North America do a multi-breed genetic evaluation, so it's exciting to be a part of that. We get to utilize strength in numbers being a part of such a large database. We have added, just in my time at the association, we've added genomic enhanced EPDs for our ASA members, as well as a stayability EPD to give our members more tools to work with as they try to produce better shorthorn cattle for their commercial customers.
Speaking of giving your members tools to work with, what have you seen as you've been there? You know, what are the most important tools that you guys do provide your members with?
Well, our members have embraced our whole herd reporting program. We're seeing more and more performance data turned in every year, from birth weights to ultrasound and everything in between, as our members are devoted to raising the kind of shorthorn cattle that their customers are asking for out there in the commercial sector, and they're utilizing the tools that IGS presents us with, as well as the tools we give them as an association to do that.
Well, I know you guys have some things on your calendar that are upcoming, but it's for your junior members, so tell us a little bit about that.
We do. Our National Junior Shorthorn Show is July 3rd through 8th in Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's looking to be the largest Shorthorn Junior Nationals to date, so we're really excited to have all our junior members and their families make the trip to Tulsa for what's going to be an exciting week.
Well, I want to thank you for being on this morning, Matt. Exciting things for the Shorthorn Association. Doug Stanton with IMI Global is next. Stay with us.
If you're looking for livestock equipment, whether it be permanent or portable, call Ackerman Distributing at 1-800-726-9091. They are #1 in the nation with portable wheel krills. Also handle portable tubs and portable alleys, double alleys, loading chutes, manual chutes, hydraulic chutes. AckermanDistributing.com. 1-800-726-9091.
Long range, huh? Says here in a weight gain trial of 15,000 stockers, parasite control with long range outperformed 5 other dewormers by an average of 28 pounds. Extra 28 pounds per head. Wonder what that'd feel like.
Do not treat within 48 days of slaughter. Not for use in female dairy cattle 20 months of age or older, including dry dairy cows or in veal calves. Post-injection site damage such as granulomas and necrosis can occur. These reactions have disappeared without treatment. You have a lot to gain with long range.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is Doug Stanton with IMI Global. Doug, you're no stranger to Sunrise or this auction room. You're on the road with us a lot during the summer. But let's go right into it. Let's talk briefly about Superior's relationship with IMI Global.
We appreciate the opportunity, as always, to be here, the entire team of IMI Global, in our relationship with Superior over the years. And I think with our changes that were announced this week with China, I think that opportunity and relationship will just grow.
You're most definitely right. So let's go right into it. Let's talk about the announcement with China this week and what we're looking forward to.
Yes, I think first we need to touch basically on the opportunity and how large it is. That I looked up quick on the internet last night, and the population of China is about 4 times or more than 4 times of the U.S. And the middle class alone in China is larger than our entire population. And that's what our consumer, that's the focus of the market for China. We haven't been there for over 14 years, and so the opportunity is there. The announcement was focused primarily on source verification that's going to have to be from birth to slaughter. The pink tag is going to be part of one of those requirements as a program compliant tag, and the pink tag will come back in as we go. Pink turns into green again, and that opportunity will grow. In addition to that, age, under 30 months of age, will be a requirement. The thing that wasn't much in the announcement, but is something we need to talk about, is that no hormones and no beta agonist will be allowed and will be tested for at the point of entry in China. So the bottom line is, what it brings in as an opportunity is for customers of Superior, the consigners that are approved for NHTC programs and our verified natural beef program, are in the driver's seat for this market.
If people come to you and they hear all this information, they have concerns, how are you going to put their minds at ease?
Well, we'll walk them through that process through our office and the people there. We have a great team in place, and we're ready for this opportunity that's coming. We've been knowing about it for a period of time, and it's great that it's finally here, and we can get into that market.
We hear a lot of buzz, and I know there's been a lot of buzz around Superior that this is a good thing. How do you think that Superior and IMI Global can help cattlemen, break into this market? And it can be a really great thing for the cattle industry.
Yes, I think, Source and Age is a place to start where it's been in the past, and that's where we were when we first started this relationship back, for the Japanese market. And so I think we go back to that, and those that have got away from that, and it's time to come back. Some have stayed with that program ever since the beginning, and they are, once again, ready to go and in that opportunity to take advantage of it.
Well, I want to thank you for being on this morning, Doug, and to talk about the hard stuff. It's always fun, though, to talk about new stuff. We come back, very special guest. Don't go anywhere.
We want a trust relationship with our customers. We want them to know that we care about them, that our products work, and we'll stand behind them.
To come back and purchase, to bid and buy their customers' cattle, they're very, very dedicated to a customer's product, and I think that creates a lot of longevity.
98, that's 63,000. Thank you.
Calling all graduates, it's that time again to apply for the Superior Livestock Auction and Buddy Jeffers Memorial Scholarship. This $6,000 scholarship is rewarded to a graduating child or grandchild of a Superior customer or Superior representative. Deadline is approaching, so don't miss out on this great opportunity. For more information and the essay topic, log on today at superiorlivestock.com. Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining us is Superior Livestock Representative Pat Johnson and his customers Gil and Jane Burnett. I want to thank you all for being here this morning. Like I said when we were talking over there, the auction doesn't start till 9, so I really appreciate you guys coming down. I mean, I'm sure you would be down here anyways, getting ready, because you do have cattle on the auction. But before we talk about that, let's go into it and talk about your relationship, how you got started in the livestock business, and how you got connected with this guy.
Well, we are from the cattle industry. I grew up on a ranch. My dad was a cattleman. My grandpa was a cattleman. And we were gone from there as Gil had a career with Southwestern Bell. But then in 97, we came back to the ranch and bought our first loads of heifers in 07. And a friend of ours, Wally Olson, introduced us to Pat Johnson, which was one of the best things that ever happened to our cattle business, because he's not only been a sales rep, but a friend and a great counselor. This man knows a lot about his business, and he gives good advice. And we've profited from that and from the exposure that we've had with Superior. We've really appreciated it.
A lot of people talk about the relationships that they build with their reps, and I think it turns into a friendship because it is such a close relationship. Can you go in depth on how this has really worked? It's not just a partnership, but it is a friendship?
Well, we've never had a bad sale at Superior. It's always been good. And matter of fact, the cattle have usually sold better than what the local market would have been. So over the years, we've just developed that relationship of knowing that we try to raise the very best cattle we can. So marketing is very important. And we have to try to do all we can to get them sold and presented to the public. And so we've really enjoyed that for almost 10 years now.
I would say, how much did you pay them to say all these nice things about you? But I know you were raving about them as well, just being great sellers and working with you so well, and that they have wonderful cattle. So let's go right into it. I know you guys are selling some great cattle in today's auction. Tell us about them.
Well, when we started in the business, I did some research, talked to some people that were selling meat, grass-fed meat, and every one of them said, well, we recommend Red Angus. And so that's what we purchased. We purchased 4 loads of 4 or 5 weight heifers in 07 and started in the business. These cattle came out of the northern states, Nebraska, Wyoming, and then they were just sale barn cattle, but we have used Red Angus registered bulls, the 5L genetics, some Choctaw Chief genetics, of course some Bectons. And it's worked. We've continued to use an AI program and taken the advice of the people that we value their ideas, like Pat, and it's, our cattle get better each year, and we're thankful for it. It's just a joy. I look out of my office, and there's the cows and their baby calves, and it's just a great life. I'm thankful that we are where we are.
Well, Pat, before we go off air, I wanted to ask you, what is it about these, customers that make it so special to be a part of this business?
It's not a job, it's a pleasure when you have the opportunity to rep the type of cattle these folks have.
Most definitely. I want to thank you all for being here this morning. I wish you the best of luck when selling your cattle today. When we come back, Kenny Wayne Blair, don't go anywhere.
We've sold on the Week in the Rockies pretty much ever since we started, and it's always been a good sale to us. It recognizes the high mountain cattle, which we are, and it's held in a high mountain area so that the buyers can come and see kind of what it's like. And the Week in the Rockies with Superior has been great to us for a long time.
Superior Livestock is proud to announce a new partnership with Biozyme Inc. Since 1995, value-added calf programs have created premiums when calves sell on Superior's video auctions. Traditionally, when ranchers think of adding value, it is derived from a quality health program dependent upon vaccinations. But together, Superior and Biozyme are putting a new twist on creating premiums for healthier cattle through a mineral supplement program. Healthier cattle are more profitable, and now cattle that have been fed a VitaFerm or GainSmart Amifirm-based mineral supplement for a minimum of 45 days prior to auction will receive the VitaFerm or GainSmart value-added logo in Superior's catalogs and on-screen as the cattle sell. VitaFerm raised targets cow-calf producers and is for calves that are raised on a VitaFerm fed dam and or was fed a VitaFerm mineral themselves during preconditioning for a minimum of 45 days prior to the auction and through delivery. GainSmart targets stalker, feeder, and backgrounding operators and will recognize calves that have been fed a GainSmart mineral for a minimum of 45 days prior to auction and through delivery. For more information, go to SuperiorLivestock.com or call 800-422-2117.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is Superior Livestock Representative Kenny Wayne Blair. Kenny, we were just talking about it. You've been a rep for 15 years with Superior. Let's go right into it. Let's talk about how you got started and where you are today.
Well, I got started, like I said, I got started 15 years ago. I was at a point in my life where I wanted to change. I've been going to sale barns and ran the livestock business all my life, but I just kind of wanted something, a little different, and that's what brought me to Superior, and I've loved it ever since. Where I am today is it's grown. We're like today I have about 2,000 head on the sale today. So, and it's been fun. It's been fun.
Fun but busy.
Yes.
You're definitely busy. I know I see you at most of the auctions, and so that is if I go downstairs. But no, I see you and Kathy at all the away auctions. Let's talk about it. You cover a lot of ground, a lot of country, and you do well for your customers. You really take pride in trying to do the best job you can to sell their cattle at the top prices. Talk about the relationship you have with the customers and all the ground you cover.
Well, this is a people's business, and I feel like you have to do the best job you can at what you do, no matter what you do. So that's where that comes from. And just being in constant contact, doing your homework, being in touch with the buyers, because they all want to know what a particular set of cattle might warrant for them. So you have to be honest with them, and I guess that's the biggest thing. Just try to be as honest as you can in your everyday dealings when you go to sell them and when you go to load them or you go to ship them.
Always trying to do the best you can for your customers. And speaking of your customers, you did mention you have a lot of cattle on today's auction, so tell us about them.
We'll start up this morning with some yearling steers. Some of them be penned, some of them be on grass. Move into some yearling heifers, and then we have sets of weaned calves. Guys have given them all the shots. Cattle coming all the way from immediate to like August, September deliveries. All the work's kind of done, and then we'll end up with some home-raised calves that are shipping in November, December.
When your customers come to you and they want to know more about, genetics or participating in the VAC programs or GAP, what is your advice for them?
Well, I think if you can do anything to increase market value for them cattle is so important, and Superior, lets you do that. Now, I don't sell a lot of program cattle as far as the gap or the natural, but in my part of the country, you have to vaccinate them calves. So that's our biggest seller, as them cattle are pretty much foolproof.
Have you seen a difference when those calves, it's time for them to sell and they have the VAC logos on the screen?
Yeah, it's kind of a market in itself, as far as your program cattle. Some program cattle, depending on certain years, seem to sell better than others. It's just kind of what everybody's looking for that particular time, that particular year.
Well, hopefully they're looking for your customers' cattle today. I want to let you get back to work. I want to thank you for being on this morning. When we come back, World Champion Auctioneer Ralph Wade. Stay with us.
My grandfather used to put them on a stock car and go to Sioux City, Iowa in the 50s and 60s. Now we have it World Wide Web. You can watch it on internet or TV or wherever, and they can see our cattle. So that means a lot to us too.
Join us in Billings, Montana for Superior's Big Sky Roundup June 29th and 30th. For more information, visit SuperiorLivestock.com.
Welcome back to Superior Sunrise. Now joining me is World Champion Auctioneer Ralph Wade. I was just telling Ralph we're going to have a little fun with this one, this little interview. So we're going to dive right into it, Ralph. We get lots of questions at Superior, and if people do have questions, please get onto our Facebook or message us or call us at Superior Livestock at 800-422-2117. But the question is, people wonder, what is it like to be an auctioneer? I mean, how did you get into the business, and how did you get to where you are today?
Well, how much time did they give us? Half hour, whatever. No, it's a great industry, and it's so satisfying in what you do, and especially a lot of it where you have the opportunity to work for some of the great ranchers. In our business, of course, there's real estate auctioneers, there's farm auctioneers that do a lot of different things. So, but looking at it from our standpoint, it's just so satisfying, gratifying to have the opportunity to work for some of the great ranchers in the country, and once a year. They bring their product to town and give us an opportunity and to market their cattle. I mean, this could be their whole year, income. So it is very satisfying, and I got in it, as a very young man, and it's been a great journey for me, and it's just been, a great plus. And it, when you get an opportunity to work with those buyers, and what we do, the bid call and the chant that we do, that a lot of people don't understand is we're working on their subconscious. I mean, it isn't their exact conscious, it's their subconscious, and that's why we use the chant that we do, and why we do what we do is to work with their subconscious. So, when you learn that and you find out how it all works, it's just a great industry.
And I think that's what fascinates people is the bid call, the chant, and how many cattle you can sell in a minute.
That's that subconscious, and that's what intrigues them and gives them that, gives them that urgency to bid.
Well, like I said, if anybody wants any questions or has any questions for these auctioneers, please visit Superior Livestock's Facebook. Yeah, Ralph will answer your questions. Okay, going back to the auction. Tell us what we're offering today.
Hey, we got a great lineup, here for the next 2 days, but we start right out, today with the of course, in Region 3, 4, 5, and 6, we'll be selling the yearling steers, and then we'll be right into the yearling heifers off of that region, and we'll head up to Region 1 and 2, yearling steers, yearling heifers, and then today we come right back down to Region 3, 4, 5, and 6, and we'll sell the June and August weaned calves, and then we sell the calves in the September up into the fall on the weaned calves from that Region 3, 4, 5, and 6, and then we'll come back and sell the calves on cows, Region 3, 4, 5, and 6, and wind up with our bred stock. Of course, tomorrow is going to be all Region 1 and 2 in the north and all the great Montana calves. So that's our lineup for today, and it'll be a great sale.
It will be a great sale. I know we have mentioned this earlier in the show, but the auction actually doesn't start until 9 a.m. Central. But the room is filling up. There's a lot of people who are already here. They're looking forward to a great auction. So if you're in need of a buyer's number, give us a call at 800-422-2117. There's no reason you can't watch the auction. You can view it on your TV. You can view it on your tablet, on the computer. You can even bid and buy online.
Oh, you bet. And, you know, got some great sales coming up, and I know you've got the deadlines on them, and you need to get a hold of your rep if you want to put cattle on our Emporia sale, which will be next week, and that'll be an internet sale. We'll be in Emporia. We uplink right from there, and then we're off to the great state of Montana, to Billings, Montana the following week for our Wednesday, Thursday sale, so get a hold of your rep and get your cattle lined up. I think the 19th is the deadline, maybe, and you've probably got them wrote down.
Yeah, just visit SuperiorLivestock.com. We want to thank you for joining us and tune into the auction.